Welcome back, y'all. It's Renee. I hope you're having a very blessed day. So today we are continuing on in Jonah. So we have been in this study. I mean, it's only 4 chapters, but there is so much to learn from Jonah, y'all. And if you were with me, I don't know, a few weeks ago or a couple weeks ago, I did this page. Maybe it wasn't a few weeks ago. It just seems like a few weeks ago. Maybe it was like a week or so ago. But I did this page, and now we're going to continue on and do this page. Now this page was my idea. Using the printables we had from our Jonah study. This page I am going to be imitating Dalian's idea from our group. It's a lady in my Facebook Bible journaling group. And I'm gonna imitate hers a little bit using what I have. Again, using a lot of the same printables that we have from this Jonah study. So this is probably gonna be the last time I'm gonna be using these printables. So we're gonna do a 2-page spread. So to start off, I grabbed some distress inks and oxides, whatever I had. I have tumbled glass, peacock feathers, let's see, Mermaid Lagoon, and blueprint sketch. Again, we're gonna make it look like a underwater scene. And then I just grabbed some shabby shutters in case we need some like yellowish. These are the colors I have, so these are the colors I'm going to use. And so this title of the page is going to be Grateful for Second Chances, because God gave Jonah, well, not even 1 or 2 chances, he gave him multiple chances. And it's a book about second chances for all, for Nineveh as well. I mean, God was giving them a second chance as well, you know, by having Jonah go and preach to them about repenting. And so God gave them a second chance. God gave the sailors on the boat a second chance. God gave Jonah a second chance. So yeah, he's a God of second, third, fourth, fifth chances. I mean, for me, he's given me hundreds and hundreds of chances. So thank God for that. Thank God for second chances, right, y'all? So that's what the title here is going to be. And I'm not going to like preach about this because Dalian did such a great job doing that already. And I don't have really anything to add to that. For those of you who are in the class, you've already seen this before. So I'm just showing you how I do it, which is probably going to be a little bit differently than she did it because I don't have the same supplies. So again, everyone's going to do their page differently, but they all might look similar, but they'll all be different in their own ways too, which is something I really, really like about Bible journaling. Now, as you can see, I'm probably going to get some bubbles and such from the other side because of the glue, but I don't really mind. It's going to be an underwater scene, so it'll look cool. So we'll move on to the next color here. Peacock feathers, and some of these colors are darker than others, as I will see and you will see. So, and as you can see, the printable on the other side will probably show through in certain spots, but again, I don't mind. We'll just kind of go with the flow and see what happens, and the crinkles and wrinkles and all that. But I'm just gonna kind of blend these colors, and I did prep these pages again. And again, I don't mind if I get some dark colors, light colors. I mean, that's how the ocean looks. You've got darks and lights, and you can always go over it more and more with your brush if you want it to smooth out even more, which I might do. Or you can spray some water on it and go over it with paper towels, and I might do that as well. We shall see. You know, never know what I'm gonna do. I never know what I'm gonna do. You all are just as surprised as I am. So let's put some more over here. Get this kind of going. Every time I work with these inks, I get all inked up. I'm just gonna kind of swirl it to the top. Swirly, swirly, swirly. You know how you get closer to the surface of the ocean, it gets lighter, and as you go down, it gets darker. And I can't get into that groove. That's okay. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to the next color, and I'm actually gonna rub that off just a tad. Next one is, what was this one? I don't even know. Mermaid Lagoon. Ooh. So pretty. So pretty, pretty, pretty. Yeah, you can see all the stickers from the other side. It's outlining the stickers, but that's okay. And I like just kind of swirly, 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 swirly it. And I even actually like the little the little creases and cracks in the paper. It gives it like different texture to the page. So I never worry about like what's showing through from the other side. I know some people don't like it. They want an absolutely clear page to work with. If that's the case, work in maybe a sketchbook instead of your Bible. That might be a way to avoid all that. But I actually like this because it's looking like you're going down into a cave in the ocean. So, hey. Okay, I'm gonna actually bring this all the way down and then I'm gonna combine it with the blueprint sketch, the darker blue. Okay, so this is a really quick way to get color onto your page with these inks and oxides and stuff. And someone once asked me what's the difference. They blend and layer differently. And I am not a pro on that, so I just kind of mix them all. So if you want to know exactly how to blend these, I would go to YouTube and see. I would actually watch Tim Holtz. He's the one who made these inks. He does live demonstrations and stuff on how to use all these. I just don't have time. I wish I did. If I had time, I would be watching, you know, Pinterest and YouTube and all that to see exactly how to use all this. And maybe one day I will. It's just right now I just don't have the time to do it. So I just kind of just goof around with it on my own, and whatever happens, happens. So that's the way I do things. So yeah, if you want to know the exact way on how to use these things and some really good techniques, I would definitely watch him. Don't watch me. I just kind of goof around, like I said, and play with them on my own like this. Okay, I do want to add a little bit more up here. I'm gonna add, let me just grab another brush just to make sure. Okay. I'm gonna just do some green air. Ooh. Whoa, what happened there? That must have been a wet spot or something. Okay, we'll fix that. Holy moly. We will fix that. I'll go over that with some blues. Okay. Let's fix that spot right there. Peacock feathers. First, I'm going to see if I can wipe a lot of that up. There we go. And now we're gonna just kind of go back in. And we'll just go over it. And just like that, you can fix it. See, no biggie. Now I got some yellows and shades in there. Cool. And let me just go back a little bit. I think this ink pad is running out. So I am having some issues with, I need to refreshen it or get a new one. And as I say that, I get a big dark spot right there. That's because that part was gessoed. I can tell the way it's marking up. That part didn't get some gesso, or I put too much gesso there. That's okay. Okay, so there is our ink. So look at that, got 2 pages like full on. Okay, I'm gonna spray my paper towel and try to wash my hands off just a tad. Okay, and now y'all know this technique. We're gonna make water droplets onto our page, and it's gonna look like water, or drops of water. And I'm trying to do some bigger drops and some smaller drops. I'm gonna let it sit for just a minute. Oh yeah, that's cool. And the spots that you have more ink on, the water will lift that ink up. So again, if you have like splotches like this, you can just put water on it and then kind of daub it up and fix it. You can even rub it out. I might rub this one out if I can. This one might not work because of the gesso. Actually, we'll wait until that dries, and I might add some more ink up there. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and start dabbing these up. And see, look, now I'm gonna get all those cool, look at that. Ah, oh my gosh, I love that. I'm gonna get these cool water droplets. Because we're underwater, y'all. We gotta make it look like we're underwater without having to draw all our little bubbles. Look at that. And then if there's some areas that you want more, you can do that. Let's see, I'm gonna go in with some more tumbled glass. Just right up here, just lightly, just to add a little bit more color right here. It's a little damp, so. There we go. Okay. Look at all those water droplets. I love these down here. Oh, love how those turned out. Can y'all see that on camera? Oh yeah, for sure. Look at that. Okay, so let's dry that. Let me wipe this off real quick. And let's dry this. And then really, the rest of it is just assembling the page. I had to do a ton of fussy cutting, y'all. To cut out like all the starfish and the anchors and stuff. I'll show you. But I spent probably about an hour or so just fussy cutting. All the coral, especially. The coral little pieces are just so intricate. So if you don't want to do fussy cutting, you can print it all on sticker paper. I probably should have just done that. But of course, I did it all the hard way. So I printed it on like just regular copy paper. And then I had to fussy cut it all out. Oh, I love these splotches, y'all. That's like my absolute favorite. I get so excited between that and embossing, using embossing powder and seeing it all melt. I get excited about all the like little things. But I just love the way these inks react with water. Tim Holtz really, I was making some good money off all these distress inks because I think everybody in Bible journaling and junk journaling and mixed media use all his stuff. He was very creative to come up with all that, and now he is milking it all in, y'all. Okay. It's pretty dry. Okay, so before we start gluing everything down, one thing that Dalian used was some cheesecloth. Now I picked this one up off of Amazon. This one's a really loose cheesecloth. I have another one that's a tighter weave than this. I guess this would be called a loose weave. And I don't even know. It doesn't even say like what. Yeah, it doesn't say like what kind of weave this is. So it was only the one I saw on Amazon and bought it. And then I had another one already that was a tighter weave. But I really like this loose weave because it kind of looks like a fishing net. So I am going to grab my scissors. There we go, way across the way. And we are gonna, let's see, just cut off a clump of this. trying to think of where everything's going to be. So I'm going to cut off a little bit of this. And this cheesecloth goes a long way. You can stretch it out and everything. Okay, I am going to, let me grab this real quick. This is just some, oh, what is it? Parchment paper. And I'm gonna grab some of my distress ink. This is brushed corduroy, and I'm literally just gonna, because I don't want the, you know, when it's underwater, it doesn't look like a white net, does it? Oop. And see how you can tear these things apart? So you gotta be careful. You can just dab it and get the ink on it. I've done this in a lot of my junk journaling for backgrounds and stuff, for those of you who have watched me do that. You can dip it in water. You can put ink in water and dip this in water. You can coffee dye these, tea dye these, whatever you want. I just, for really quick, I just put some ink on it. And I don't mind if some of it's white, but we need some of it, you know, browns and grungy kind of looking. It's a rope, and it's at the bottom of the ocean. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. And let's see. I might double these up. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to grab my, and I'm literally just going to put glue all down here. So I'm grabbing my glue stick, and I'm just going to kind of play with this. So this is kind of, I want it to show. And down here we're going to have a lot of like coral and stuff. So this will kind of be sitting in the coral. So you can kind of bunch it up and scrunch it up and, you know, make it however way you want. And if we need to move it later, we will. Or if we need to add some more, we will. I just don't know where I'm going to put everything yet, so there we go for that one. And this one's going to go over here somewhere. Somewhere over here, so we'll just kind of stick it down and see what happens. Doesn't that look like just like a net hanging on the bottom of the ocean? So cool. So this was Dalian's idea as well. That was a really cool idea. So many people have so many talent. They're so talented and have so many cool ideas. And I just borrow ideas. Sometimes I'll get an idea of my own. Every once in a while, I'll get an idea of my own. And then other times I'll see other people's ideas, and then I'll take their idea and add my own to it, you know, and I'm sure all y'all take these ideas and then add your own to it. And that's part of creativity. So just, you know, have fun with it. Do it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I love it. It looks like nets at the bottom of the ocean. Okay. So now I have all of these little printables. And so I'm really just gonna glue a lot of this stuff down. So really it's just assembling the page now. And this was all the stuff that I had to fussy cut out. So it took quite a bit of time. I'm gonna put these down at the bottom. And then this anchor, I wanted to tuck back behind the coral, kind of like it fell down and it's growing. So let's see here. We'll have it kind of maybe like that. And then some more coral. And I also grabbed my, and I like how this can kind of float in the water. You can pull it up and not have it glued down if you want, and then it'll just kind of float in the water like nets tend to do. Here's some starfish I cut out. So again, if you don't have these printables, just Google some coral, starfish, you know, And then you just start tucking things behind and in front and just layer up. Here's another little starfish. And then I grabbed my my stickles and my glossy accents from that first page, and we are going to, let's see, how do we want these? I don't want them like facing the same exact way. We're gonna use those for our little seahorses and starfish and shells and all that to make them glitter as well as shimmer like they're in the water. Okay, and I love that, so I'm gonna might pull some of this out too. I'm trying to think. I think I want his tail behind all that. Down here, kind of hiding in the, seahorses like to hide and attach their tails to things, the coral and stuff. So, and the nets, we'll put the net like that. Let's get some glue on this part. Glue on this part. Okay, glue everywhere, y'all. So there's the first part. And then this side is a little bit more complicated. So let me grab some of these. Okay. So I had this part down first. So let's, and then here was a wheel from a ship. And what I did is I glued the image down onto some cardboard, like just a thin cardboard, and I cut the whole thing out. And then on the back, I put double stick tape. And that was this from Crafter Square. It's actually called Pop Dot tape. It's a raised tape. So this will be raised up, kind of look 3D a little bit. And this I got from the dollar store. I think you might even be able to find cheesecloth from the dollar store too, but if not, you definitely can find it on Amazon or even at Walmart or something. Okay, so this part, I think I wanted to kind of tuck in like that. So let's take these off. And we'll get that on, and then we'll glue the coral on. But I think this month is the most I've ever studied Jonah and the most pages I've done on Jonah. It's been fun. It's fun when you have all these printables and you can just kind of, okay, let's glue this first and then we'll, it's fun when you have printables that you can use over and over and over again and do different kinds of spreads on your pages, but then all your pages, I mean, I only have 2 pages in Jonah in this Bible, and then I have my other Bible as well that you've all seen me do. And my previous one was deep, calls to deep, and we did that one in Psalms, but it was a reference to Jonah. Okay, I'm gonna glue that there, and I'm just gonna cut this piece off here. So yeah, and we used the printable of the whale on deep calls to deep. So, you know, you can use the printables over and over and over again and still have come out with totally different pages by using the same printables. Okay, so let me think here. We're gonna lift this, lift that, have that kind of sticking out like that, and that over that. Oh, that looks cool. Okay. Just kind of play with it and tuck things behind each other. You don't always have to stick everything on top of each other. Ooh, that might. I'm trying to decide what I wanted to do here. I'm not sure if he'll have enough room. This little seahorse, he might stick right there. Okay, let's Get him stuck. Ooh. That might not work because he's going over this hump. Let me see. I mean, he might. There should be a way we should be able to get this. I could just have him stick here and we can pop dot him a little bit. Pop dot the seahorse as well. He'll stick once the book's closed. So I might stick that there, or because I don't want to cover this whole thing up like that, so I might have to do something like this. Let's see, what else do I have here? Okay, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. I wanted a few of these to come out. From the sides over here. Kind of like it's like a whole coral reef area. That the seahorse is living in. Everything's sticking to me, y'all. As usual. As usual. I want to kind of, oh yeah, let's intertwine those somehow. And maybe have that kind of going like this. We'll cut those little pieces off. Okay, we need to pop dot this guy up. So let's grab some of these. Grab my scissors. I'm going to do a double layer here. Okay, let me put this one on his head. Hang on. I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to peel this backing off if I can. And then I'm going to stick this one on top of that and peel this backing off. And then we're going to stick his head down, and now he is there, sticking perfectly. And let's do a few on this part. On his body. Peel this off. Again, wasn't expecting this, but you just kind of go with the flow when you're crafting. And then we'll just put a little baby one on his tail. Ooh, that just fit. I'm not gonna double that one up. I'm just gonna put one. So like his tail will. Okay, let's get it. Ooh, let's get it right. I just tore off one of the. Oh no, it's okay. We can fix it. Everything's just sticking to me right now. Come on. Okay, let's get that stuck down. And then we'll get. There we go. Ah! His tail is just not sitting right. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I might want to do a little bit more of this because I want it to go over the bottle too. So I'm going to do another little layer of this. And I'm just going to use my fingers. There we go. As it's sticking to me. We're gonna put the bottle kind of maybe stick in maybe right there. Maybe right there. And then we'll have some of that over it. Okay, so let's glue the bottle down. Layer by layer, we get it. So it kind of fell into the coral. And then I'm gonna put some of this over the bottle, into the coral. Like it's tangled up in the netting. There we go. Cool. I'm liking it. Liking it. Okay, this big old starfish, maybe right there. We'll put some glossy accents on it, make it look like it's underwater. So the little starfish, I'll actually cut a little bit of it off the side here. So let's cut off all of our overhanging pieces. So let's cut this off. And this little starfish, oh, sorry, got your little foot. And I like things coming off the page because it looks like the page continues. Okay, and I've got this big coral. Maybe we can put it right there, maybe. Yeah, or right there. What do y'all think? I don't want to cover up the wheel too much, and I don't want to cover up the bottle too much. Maybe. Maybe right there. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. But I hope you're all having a very blessed day. I have done a couple of these pages today. I was just in Jonah, so I was like, well, let's do Jonah since I'm in it. Let's do it. Yeah, we'll just go like this. And then we'll have that over. So I'm, again, just layer upon layer upon layer here. Okay. And so I did a couple pages of Jonah. You probably won't see them both on the same day. I'll upload them on different days, but we won't use that. But you can see my progress or my work as, you know, when I upload these. But I'm getting all my Jonah pages done all today. I've just been in underwater mode, and okay, I'm not liking this double belly on him. Well, I don't think I can get it off at this point. Let me see. It's because he's up on the, and I don't think I needed a double sticker on this one. Let me see if I can get it off gently. I might not be able to. These might be really stuck. Yeah, they're pretty stuck. But I could shift him over a little so then he's not on, there we go. So he's not on the, I'm having an issue with this tail. I don't know why it's not laying right. Come on. There we go. Oh well, it'll have to just do. Okay, so then the other thing I had, oh, look at that, that's so cool. Love it. I really feel like I'm underwater. Okay, so she also used little bubbles, and I had these little stickers of bubbles, and I wanted to see how these would look. Some coming up here. So let's just do a few. And actually, look at that. Oh, they blend in perfectly. That's kind of what I wanted. These little different color bubbles coming up. do a bigger one. And then into the shell at the top. Has like a little topper. I probably should put this on like a heavier cardstock, but I'm gonna put almost the whole thing down onto the page. Like it's just gonna barely be peeping up there. And I'm gonna put some glossy accents on there, which will strengthen that as well. Okay, so there's the shell. And then I'm gonna put some here. Let's see, what do we want? And then I'm probably gonna go in with some black to outline these a little bit to give them a little bit more dimension. She didn't use stickers, she used her own like circles and did her own bubbles, which was really cool. I just don't have the patience to do that, as well as I had these stickers, so I'm like, well, I might as well use them. Let's see. Let's do kind of one like coming off the top. And we need another little one somewhere, maybe one right there. Okay. Okay, and then let's grab, sorry y'all, I gotta reach. Okay, I'm gonna grab my colored pencils and I'm going to grab, is this black? Yeah, black. I'm just gonna kind of go down. Let's see if that'll work. Highlight these just a tad opposite the highlighted part of the bubble. This helps define them just a little bit. You could do this with a pen. You can draw your own bubbles. Like all of this is doable on your own. You don't have to have stickers. You don't have to have printables. Look at that. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing here. You can just draw, if you have a circle template, just draw some of your own bubbles. And just put like a shade on one side and a highlighted part on the other. That will give you dimension for your bubbles. If you notice, there's like a highlighted part of a bubble, and then like, you know, the shaded part, it's always darker on one side of a bubble and lighter on the other side, wherever the light or the bubble's catching the light. So that'll give you a little bit of dimension if you're ever wondering, like, why do my bubbles look so flat? Just put darker on one side. I would do darker blue on one side and go lighter blue, and then do like a highlighted side of your bubble and then a shaded side of your bubble. There you go. Oops, I missed that one. We missed that little bubble. And look at that. Just that alone with a light and a dark side makes your bubble pop from the page. Super easy to do. Okay, now the only other thing is the title, and I'm not gonna have y'all watch me do this because look at all these that I had to cut out, y'all. It says grateful for second chances. I had to cut out all these little circles. That's why it took me like an hour. So what I'm gonna do is glue these together. They're kind of like little bubbles, but it says grateful for second chances. I'm gonna put that here and then put the date on it. But in the meantime, let's do our glossy accents and our stickles. So the glossy accents are gonna go on to the starfish, and just like on our first page that we did, and our shells. And what this is gonna do, when it dries, it's going to look all shimmery and shiny, and it'll look like these are wet, and it'll look like they're underwater. So I just put a thin coat of this stuff on. I just kind of brush it on, and I'm just putting it on the parts that show. And it's gonna dry with even little like bubbles in it, which is cool because, again, it'll look like it's underwater. I'm gonna do a little bit of the bottle so it looks like glass. I'm gonna do this shell, because you know, when you look at shells, they're really shimmery and shiny and they look all wet. So again, this takes a little while to dry, so you're gonna wanna leave your Bible open. You're not gonna wanna touch it for a while. So off camera, I'll glue the title there. Let's see, let's do these. Starfish. Again, I'm just smearing it on. If you want an even coat, you're gonna wanna cover it completely. I don't want an even coat. I want just in certain, like I just wanna kind of smear it on, because the little bubbles and stuff will give the it'll look like the starfish's skin, or you know, exoskeleton, I guess you would call it. You know, have little grooves in it. It makes it really do look like an actual starfish. Okay, I'm not gonna do the anchor because it's all rusted, so it's not shimmery shiny. I am gonna do the shell up here. Let me get y'all on camera. But again, as I'm doing this, I'm just thinking, wow, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, for second chances and third and fourth and fifth chances. But thank God he's a God of second chances, y'all. And so that's why I really liked this page, grateful for second chances. And he gave everybody in this book of Jonah second chances. And, you know, thank you, Jesus, for that. I was thinking of putting some on the bubbles, but now, you know what? Nope, I'm just going to leave the bubbles. So did I miss anything? I'm going to leave that one. So we got that one, those two, and that one. Okay, that's good. And then the stickles, again, I'm going to do just, well, you know what? I'm thinking this time I think I'm not going to do the stickles. I think I'm just going to leave it. Because the stickles make everything like glittery and shiny. And you know what? Miracle of miracles, y'all. I am not doing glitter on this page. Partly because I want it to look like we're underwater. The other one I wanted to look like we're underwater too, but I think for this page we don't need sparkle. We need it more subdued. So that's kind of where I'm going on this page. Well, there we go. So as I'm just chatting along, talking along, here's our page. Again, I will do the title off camera and I'll take a picture of it and put it up. But here's the page essentially, and it's going to say grateful for second chances here. And thank you, Jesus, for that. And let me just move this so I can bring it up for y'all, because it'll take me probably about 20 minutes just to glue all those on straight. But here we go. Here's the page. Let me bring it up close. And then we've got all the splatters that we did with the ink, or you know, pulled it up with the water, and look, it makes it look like we're underwater. And then you got the bubble stickers. There's all of our fussy cutting, and then our you can see the shimmer and shine of the Glossy Accents. When that dries, that'll look really cool on the bottle and on the starfish. This is popped up. This is popped up. Got the netting, the cheesecloth that makes it look like netting. There we go. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. Thank you, Dalian, for the ideas. Oh my gosh, so fun doing. I love seeing everybody's ideas and then taking them and trying them on my own. So fun. Mine looks totally different than hers, as usual, but kind of the same, but again, different. And that's what I love about Bible journaling. We can all take the same idea and then we all take it, do it our own, and then they all kind of look the same, but then they all have our own style to it. And I think that is just really, really cool. That's something I really enjoy seeing. You can have 10, 20 of the same pages, and yet they all have their own style. So, well, there we go, y'all. Hope you enjoyed that. Have a very blessed day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.